Hey everyone, welcome back to 1000 Manga Recap. In our last episode, Wu Chen saved Jang Jin, and now, we move forward. Half an hour later, Jang Jin's eyes flutter open, disoriented and scared. Wu Chen watches her with a calm smile. You're awake. Jang Jin jerks back, her voice trembling. Who are you? Help, someone, help me. Wu Chen's gaze hardens slightly. Look around you. Do you really think the staff at this mental hospital is going to save you? The room falls silent as we see Li and another man lying unconscious on the ground. Jiang Jin's heart races as she whispers, Caretaker Li, he always looked after me. What did you do to him? Wu Chen's voice is cold. Seems like you're still in the dark about what he's been doing to you. Her eyes widen. What are you talking about? Wu Chen doesn't flinch. He didn't just assault you, he was taking money to let others do the same. If you hadn't been lucky, if they weren't afraid of you getting pregnant, who knows how much worse it could have been. Anger filled Jiang Jin's eyes as she shouts, You're lying. Am I? Wu Chen's voice is razor sharp. When you get out of here, you can sue them, sure. But think about it. Someone made sure that your mental health was questioned. It's not up to you whether or not you're crazy. They've got the power. He leans in slightly. And don't forget how you ended up here. Jiang Jin's lip quivers as painful memories flood her mind. Wu Chen continues, after you found out Liao Guoguang was deceiving you, you couldn't stay silent. You demanded a divorce, threatened to take him to court. That's why you're here, he made sure of it. You didn't forget, did you? Her face falls, and a deep sadness takes over. Wu Chen's tone softens, almost gentle, let's make a deal. Give me the dirt on Liao Guoguang, and I'll get you out of here. Safe and sound. Jiang Jin stares at him, her voice shaky. Why should I trust you? With a cold smirk, Wu Chen unlocks the chains. Who I am doesn't matter. What matters is right now, you don't have a choice. Her breath catches in her throat. After a pause, she looks at him, eyes blazing with anger. Fine. But I have one condition. Those two monsters, make sure they never hurt anyone ever again. Wu Chen nods, done. But first, you need to stay here, just for a little longer. Learn to defend yourself. Don't let them sedate you too often. Her lips tremble as she whispers something to him. Wu Chen smiles. Deal. The next day. At a pig processing plant. A guard steps forward. What do you want? This is a restricted area. Wu Chen stands tall. Mr. Liao sent me. The guard frowns. I've never seen you before. It's important, Wu Chen snaps. Unless you want to check with him yourself? If something goes wrong, it'll be your responsibility. The guard hesitates, then steps aside. Come in. Wu Chen walks further in, where Tong Bei waits. Is the truck in place behind the warehouse? Tong Bei shrugs, everything's ready, but I still don't get why we're at a pig processing plant. Wu Chen glances back, a sly smile on his face. Take a look for yourself, Tong. Try not to be too shocked. Tong Bei's eyes widen as he stares at the massive piles of gold. This is over a ton of gold. Consider it payment, Wu Chen says smoothly. 10 years of food expenses for your restaurant. It's all yours. Tong Bei stammers, what's really going on here? Wu Chen replies with a knowing smile, don't worry. I'll explain after I finish talking to Liao Guoguang. In a private room, Liao Guoguang is lifting weights, muscles straining. Wu Chen enters with a casual grin. Ah, Mr. Liao. Practicing your English again, I see. A foreign girl in the corner freezes, startled. Liao spins around, his face red with anger. Who the hell are you? Get out. Wu Chen waves his hand dismissively. Relax. She doesn't understand us. Just tell her to keep quiet. Now, about that treasure at the pig processing plant. No need to thank me for taking care of it. Liao's face twists with fury. You. Wu Chen smirks. Oh, and don't even think about going to the police. On a salary of 1.7 million a year, how do you plan to explain 200 million in gold? He leans in, voice dripping with sarcasm. You've been leeching off the Tong family restaurant for years. Consider your debt settled. Liao sneers, the Tong family? Those nobodies dare to challenge me? Wu Chen's eyes gleam. You're on track for a promotion, right? Another 5 years of power in Sea City? But I'd advise against using it to crush the Tong family again. His voice lowers, deadly calm. Because just as quickly as you rose, you can fall. Liao's face pales as Wu Chen steps closer. Remember how you got here? You were nothing. But you played your part, took care of your boss's child, kept their scandals buried. But with a beautiful wife you couldn't touch, you snapped. In a drunken rage, you violated her. Filmed it, blackmailed her to keep quiet. Liao's breath hitches, fear creeping into his eyes. Wu Chen doesn't stop. Then you met Jian Lin. She wanted stability, something you couldn't give her. When she pressured you to marry, you got drunk again, spilled everything, even gave her the tape. He smiles darkly, so when she wanted to expose the truth, you had her locked up in the mental hospital. But she hid the tape. Now it's with me. Liao trembles. So, what now? Wu Chen's voice is ice cold. You either leave the Tong family alone and keep your position, or you end up in prison, sewing uniforms. Either way, the Tong family walks free. Liao lowers his head in defeat. I don't have a choice, do I? Wu Chen turns to leave. Oh, and don't worry about Jian Lin. She's coming with me. Meanwhile, at the Donghai Huansai fashion building. A girl sniffs the air, her face crinkling in confusion. What's that smell? Something's burning. Before she can finish her thought, a loud explosion shakes the building. Li Ruobing's eyes go wide. Was that an explosion? If you like my video, please share and subscribe.